Dad, can we go to the Louvre Museum?
To Paris? With COVID-19, it's not so easy to travel. How about we learn about the masterpieces in the Louvre first? And when we're able to travel again, we'll visit it then. This will make the experience more interesting.
Great idea, Dad.
The Louvre is the largest museum in the world and has close to 400,000 items. Out of all the artworks, with the earliest dating back to 9,000 years ago, 3 masterpieces are the most famous. They are considered must-sees. Do you know what they are?
The YouTube video I watched talked about paintings and sculptures. So are they paintings or sculptures?
Great guess. Yes, 2 are sculptures and 1 is a painting. The first is called the Winged Victory of Samothrace. It's a statue of Nike, the Greek goddess of victory.
Nike, like the shoe?
Yes, that's where Nike shoes got the name from. It was made 2,200 years ago, during the Hellenistic period. Look at the cloth around her legs. You can feel it flapping in the wind, twisting around her. Look at the thin, slightly wet fabric wrapping around her waist. Everything seems so real. You can almost feel Nike stepping forward victoriously against the wind, spreading her eagle-like wings on the prow of a ship.
Wow, it's so beautiful, Dad. But she's missing her arms and her head.
Yes, it's common for sculptures from the past to be missing body parts. Having been through so much wear and tear, the parts that are most fragile, like the arms or nose, tend to break off. You can spot this in the second must-see item at the Louvre as well. It's called Venus de Milo. It's a marble statue of the Greek goddess Aphrodite, whose Roman name is Venus. You may have seen it on TV. It's a beautiful young woman with missing arms, which was created around 100 BC, a little later than the Winged Victory statue. Why this statue is so famous is an interesting story I will tell you another time. Today, let's look at the third masterpiece, which is probably the most famous of them all. It's a painting by Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, I know. Mona Lisa.
Exactly. Almost everyone has heard of it. Let me tell you a few stories about Mona Lisa and Leonardo da Vinci. For a long time, people have suspected Da Vinci had painted 2 Mona Lisas. Raphael, who had learned from Da Vinci, drew a sketch of Mona Lisa based on Da Vinci's painting. Warren, do you think this Mona Lisa looks the same as the one in the Louvre today?
They look different.
Yes, they clearly look different. The woman in Raphael's copy looks younger, and she has eyebrows, whereas the one in the Louvre has no eyebrows. Their hair, dress, and even the background look different. Yet their features look similar.
Yeah.
People had talked about Da Vinci's Mona Lisa as early as 1503. But when Da Vinci passed away in 1519, he was still working on the Mona Lisa. Did he work on this painting for over 16 years? It would make more sense if he painted one before, and the one he had in 1519 was a second painting. So where was the first Mona Lisa? Considering each of Da Vinci's paintings are worth many millions of dollars, a lot of people have searched for the other Mona Lisa.
Did they find it?
No one did. Once, an art collector in Singapore claimed he had the original Mona Lisa. Experts debated whether it's real, but couldn't reach an agreement.
So it's a mystery?
Well, it was a mystery until a French scientist named Pascal Cotte used a new technology called layer amplification method on Mona Lisa. To his surprise, he found another painting underneath Mona Lisa. Da Vinci had painted the current Mona Lisa over an older painting. When he restored the original painting using computer analysis, it looked like this.
Oh, that looks like the woman on Raphael's sketch.
Again, experts couldn't agree whether this was the original Mona Lisa. But this no doubt adds to the mystery of the painting. Who was this mysterious woman? Is the second Mona Lisa an older version of the first one? What was her relationship to Da Vinci? When we see Mona Lisa at the Louvre, we can try to imagine the younger woman underneath it and wonder about all these questions. Mona Lisa, with her mysterious smile, was not always this famous. She became widely known after she was stolen from the Louvre in 1911.
She was stolen? How? How did the museum get her back?
Let me tell you the story. Let's go back to August 21st, 1911. It was a quiet Monday, and the Louvre was closed for maintenance. Vincenzo Perugia, a man who had made up his mind to steal the Mona Lisa, walked into the Louvre wearing the white smocks museum workers wore. Today, Mona Lisa has an entire wall to itself and is encased in bulletproof glass. However, in 1911, it was simply hung on the wall, which is shared with other paintings. When no one was looking, Perugia took the painting off the wall, walked to a nearby staircase, and took the painting out of its frame. He then took off his white smock, wrapped it around the painting, and walked out the same door he came through.
Just like that?
Yes, just like that. And it was 28 hours later before anyone noticed Mona Lisa was missing. This theft became headlines for all the major newspapers the next day, and it was then most people learned about a Da Vinci painting called Mona Lisa. As people all around Europe looked for the missing painting, Mona Lisa became a household name. In 1913, an Italian collector named Alfredo Geri received a letter from someone who called himself Leonardo V. The sender of this letter stated he had stolen Mona Lisa because he was a patriot and wanted to return the painting to Italy, where it belonged. But he wanted Geri to give him 50,000 liras as fees. The police eventually caught the sender of this letter, who was none other than Perugia. When Perugia was taken to an Italian court, he gave a passionate speech about how he fell in love with Mona Lisa and decided he had to return it to Italy, the home of Leonardo da Vinci. As he denounced Napoleon for stealing it from the Italian people, the crowd applauded and cheered him on. Soon, he became a national hero in Italy and was released from jail after just 7 months. After a heated debate, the Italian government eventually decided to return the painting to France. This became headlines again across Europe and made Mona Lisa even more famous. But Perugia was wrong. Napoleon didn't steal it from Italy. In 1517, Da Vinci went to France at the king's invitation and took Mona Lisa with him. When he passed away in 1519, his assistant, Salai, inherited the work and sold it to the French King Francis I for 4,000 gold coins.
Too bad he couldn't watch Warren Asks to learn about it.
True. As you can see, Warren, a lot of times artworks becoming world famous is affected by chance. If Perugia never stole Mona Lisa, the painting would be nowhere as famous as it is today. Now, let's look at Leonardo da Vinci, who is often considered the prime example of the Renaissance man. The fascinating thing about Da Vinci is that he is not only an artist, but also a musician, a mathematician, an engineer, an architect, a scientist, a weapons designer, and much more. In fact, in Da Vinci's handwritten resume, he talked about his ability to make portable bridges, catapults, and a wide range of things. He only briefly mentioned that he would also be able to produce paintings and sculptures if needed. In fact, the Duke of Milan hired Da Vinci supposedly due to his musical talent, and only discovered his painting skills later on. This explains why Da Vinci has so few paintings, compared to other artists around the same period. It's because he was busy doing other things. Da Vinci's outstanding talent in painting became obvious at an early age. His teacher, Verrocchio, was a famous painter. When Da Vinci was around 20 years old, he helped his teacher in this painting, The Baptism of Christ. Look at the two angels in the left corner. Which do you think looks more natural?
I like the left one more.
Yes, most people agree. The angel on the left is done better. That's the one the 20-year-old Da Vinci painted. His teacher, Verrocchio, did the other one. I'm not an artist, but I think the proportion of the angel on the left looks more natural. The angel on the right has unusually large hands.
Yeah, the hands of the angel on the right look too big.
Da Vinci was very serious about getting accurate proportions in his drawings. In his life, he dissected over 30 cadavers in order to understand human anatomy better. Besides Mona Lisa, Da Vinci's most famous painting is The Last Supper. It was a mural painting, or painting on the wall. For comparison, let me show you paintings on the same topic by famous artists around the same period. This one is by Giotto. This one is by Derek Boutz. This one is by Pietro Perugino. How are they different from Da Vinci's version?
I like Da Vinci's painting the best. I'm not sure why.
I do too. The characters in these paintings look good, but they lack action. Da Vinci's Last Supper captures the moment right after Jesus told his apostles someone betrayed him. The apostles are reacting to this shocking news. Some are engaged in heated discussion, and some are expressing their disbelief to Jesus. Only one person has a look of shock on his face and is leaning away from Jesus. You can tell which apostle is guilty by looking at their expressions. That's how good Da Vinci is. The story goes, Da Vinci couldn't decide how to paint Judas. The priest who asked him to paint the mural got impatient and complained to the Duke of Milan, who was Da Vinci's boss. When Da Vinci heard about it, he told the priest, "If you complain about me again, I will paint your face as Judas's face on this mural." After that, the priest left Da Vinci alone. Okay, let's wrap it up for today. If you've enjoyed our talks, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons to encourage us to make more interesting videos in the future. Thank you for watching.
Here's my joke of the day. Why did the paintbrush see a doctor? I'm going to give you some time to think about it. 3, 2, 1. The answer is it had a stroke. Thank you for watching. Please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons below. You can turn on the notification bell if you wish to be notified when our next video comes out. Thanks!